Greetings, everybody. Amar here, and today is Tuesday, June 18th, and my TFR is 1 day behind. Okay, sometimes it's hard for me to stay motivated, but here I am. So, these are the hits for the last 10 consecutive weeks, the sums of the hits. The 3 is at the top now, 49 hits. The 26 is now at the bottom, it's the 7. When the number is at the bottom, it's the hardest to hit, in my opinion. Now, since the 7 in the first position is cold, it still makes it hard to hit, but I am racking up small hits, theoretical hits, because I'm not really playing in real life. I mean, I am playing in real life due to my benefactors, but when I go back to New York, I will play more. Okay, but right now I don't know what I'm going to do. But I digress. So we have here the 3 is at the top here. You can see it, all right? So the 5 was the top for a while, and then it began to move down. So now it's actually next to the 7. So it's really not that great anymore. And the 3 is at the top, all right? So this is another dish, okay? Drawing Sense hit chart. This one is red. I have formatted them in a million different ways. And again, this is the sum dish, okay? So what do I see here? When the 7 moves up, it should be easier to rack hits. But when you're going to pick your combinations, it's very good to use the sums as a guide. Okay, so I would say like 057 off the TFR, but since I'm using a normal drawn sense hit chart, then I use that more as a guide. But you could make a combination, let's say 7 at the bottom with the 3 and the 8 at the top and the highest. Mirror the 8 for a 4. No, 8 is mirror's not an 8 of a 4. Mirror the 8 is a 3, sorry. So you could play like 3, 3, 7, which is interesting because remember, the flag is where you find it. So when I look at the all sums, no, where's my doubles? Doubles. Here's my double dish, my new dub dish, right? Here's a flag formation for the double threes, okay? You had the double 3 come in at 17 games, and then it came in reverse at 4. Symmetry at 5, symmetry at 5 again. Okay, so you had a 9-3-3 over here, and you had a 1-3-3 over here, and then you had a 3-3-9 over here, and then over here was a 3-6-3. So the question is that are you going to have more symmetry? Is it going to continue the streak, or are you going to have something sneak in here, like let's say the double 1 as it approaches sidereal? 21 is a Fibonacci number, so I would say between 21 and 24, between the Fibonacci and between the sidereal is where you want to have your window. Okay, that's just my opinion. So we'll go back to the big, and we'll go back to the big dish. So these are the numbers that I had predicted before. I was looking at 4 sums, I believe it was. And what were the sums? The sums were over here. Let me see. The sums are here. Well, let me go to the all sums dish, and maybe I have all 4 of them there. So yeah, I had 4 sums. This was sum 9. I was looking for sidereal, right? At skip 23. I was looking for some, what is this? 16? No, this is all wrong. The last video I did, I think I was looking at some 14, some 15. I don't even remember. I should actually made a note here in the dish. Anyway, forgive me for that, guys. So anyway, these are the numbers that I had liked. 671. Oh, derp-a-derp. The sums are right here. 14, 15, 17, and 20. Those are the sums, all right, that I was liking based on patterns on the sum dish. Okay, and I think one of these numbers came out. Did they come out? Let me see here. This is my prediction. 796. No, 796 was close. 796 was a sum 22. Now the sum 22 on the all sums here, 796. So this sum 22 is hard to see, but this one you could have seen in reverse. And that's why I have it marked here for another sum 22. Okay. So let me just get into what the sums I see now, not so much about the old sums. I did think, according to the big dish, right? I thought that this red box here, right? I thought it was in a flag here. 3005, and I thought it was going to be a 6. I thought it was going to be adjacent off of the 4, but the 4 repeated, and the first position repeating number was hot. So I could have thought that. And the 7 over here, the 3 in the third position was 5-1. So this is a flag here after 5 cold periods. So I had 374. This was the number that I had. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to share this with anybody, but the number came out 473, and that's sum 14. So if you look at the sums again here, okay, and let me see, maybe I'll zoom it in a little bit so you can see better. So the sums here, you can see the 14 is in a flag. So here you had skip 20, it came in reverse at 4 days. It had symmetry at 6, and then it had a downstroke hot skip at 3, and now it's at 1. So I have it marked here again to see if this sum 14 stays hot. The other sum that I had was the 15, so I had it marked here, I had it marked here. I didn't have it marked here, but this is where it gets tough because you have a 2, a 3, and then the symmetry breaks, and then you get an upstroke. Okay, it's cascading out, but then it comes back really quick. Right, I would have looked for a hot skip after the sum 7, and so what number was this? This was over here is what? 438. All right, so right now the sums that I'm seeing are sum 15 still to stay hot because it's in a flag. 2, 3, 7. Now 7 isn't technically defined as a flag. I call it the intermediate flag. Right, whenever there's a flag formation and it stretches to intermediate, I look for the stretch to snap back with a hot skip, and that's what you get here. I always bet on that. I don't always get it, but I usually always bet on it, and sometimes, very often I get it. So this 15 to stay hot here, this 14 to stay hot in the flag, and then I've got 2 long shot sums. Okay, the 8 over here because it's approaching sidereal, and 36, I guess you could say that's sidereal as well, right? All multiples of 6 and all multiples of 12 because there's 12 hours in a 12 hours on a clock. Well, it goes around twice, so it's 24 hours in a day, and that's sidereal. So I always look 24, but I think it's better to look 21 to 24, so you get the Fibonacci, and then you got the sidereal. All right. Now, looking at the all sums, okay, this sidereal of sum 8 is a mirror of the sum 36. So I like to use mirror sums in conjunction for my combinations, okay, and then here this is the sum 14 and then the sum 15 to stay hot. Let's bring this guy over here, and then last is the 22, sum 22 to stay at the 6-6 bottom. So sum 22 has only 5 combinations, and the 778 was off of well, we can look at the doubles chart. So there's only 2 numbers with sum 7. So you might as well go back to the 796, right? So the 778 and 769 should probably be played. But you could play all 4 50-cent box. It's not that expensive. But since I'm focusing on 7, I would only play these 2. And then, let's see. I don't know if that pop-up came up. Sometimes the comment comes up, and then sometimes the note comes up. So that's the note. And then the comment is the red thing. All right, so sum 8, there's only one number with a 7, which is 017. So that's simple enough. And then sum 13, I don't have a pop-up here, but let's say I think I have a pop-up over here. Sum 13, okay, much more numbers. 067, 157, 337. So being that the double threes are hot, and you just had the 473, you could have a double 3 again with the 7. I mean, you really could have anything, but let's see. Let me see. What am I seeing here? I should have looked and marked here what I'm seeing. So the 7 in the middle. This is, how many is this? 5, 6, 7. 7 cold periods. So you can see it came in a flag right away. 32 is the downstroke. Okay, 5 is the upstroke, and now you're looking for another downstroke. So you have the 7 in the middle. Okay, copy here, paste, and then I'm going to bring this down, mark it over here. I like this 7 in the middle. All right, so even though the 7 is worst on the TFR, it's primed to start moving up. All right, and so that's a 7 in the middle. So all these numbers are actually probably still valid because you have some 14, some 15, some 22 is over here. This is a note, I think. 6, 7, 9, 7, 7, 8, and then this is 14, 707, 725, 734. So I would say possibly the 374 could still come because you have the 4 over here. Well, now it's at skip 10. You have the 8 over here, which is good. So I should have thought out the numbers that I like better. But I know the sums that I like. Now I wanted to show a sum chart that I just made for sum 13. Now, if we go to all sums here, nope, not that one. All sums here. Alright, so this is the dish for sum 13. This is the data, this is the dish. Alright, so you can see it's at skip 36. Alright, so the previous streak was over here with sum 13. This is where I was recommending it before. Now I'm recommending it to possibly come back. So we had 21, 8, 0, 2, 4, 7, 9. To make sense of the dish, you have to create a 4B dish. And I made a 4B dish over here somewhere. Where did I do it? 4B dish? What the heck? 4B sum 13. Okay. Alright, so this is the 4B, right? It's basically that same dish, but it's abbreviated. And these are the end skips over here, where it was 802,479. So the best way to predict is you gotta actually cross-reference the drawing sense hit chart with the 4B dish, and then the 4B dish is hard to read, so I made a 4B 720, but that's also hard to read. So then I made a 4B bar dish, which you can use in Advantage Gold, except they don't do pick 3, but I have an idea of how to do that because so I can do more games. I cannot build another chart like this for other games. It'll be so daunting. Unless I'm winning money, then I could do it. But if not, it's just daunting. So this 4B then becomes this. So here, if you just note, these are the skips. 21, 8, 0, 2, 4, 7, 9 from the dish. We're at 36. The 36 is not marked here. So I took this 4B and I made a bar. Okay, so now this is the bar. So here's your skips, the 21, the 8, 0, 2, 4, 7, 9. So now you're getting more depth in the 4B with this chart. Okay, so skip 36 is where this red line is here. I put this in, and it does hit around this area. You can see here it hit at 35. Over here it hit at 38. It hit 37 here, 38, hit 37. So it's in a wheelhouse right here to hit the sum 36. Sum 36, I'm sorry. Sum 13 at skip 36. Now I should have a similar one for sum 8, and I do have them somewhere. So the best way to predict really is to have a chart like this. And this going back to 2016, mind you. So this is 16, 17, 18. This is 3.5 years already. Okay, now the more years you have, the tougher it is to read this. It becomes, it all gets compacted, and then it just looks like I guess a calculus chart, right, where everything just all fills in, where you do the curves. But anyway, it's digressing again. So this is a chart that you can get in Advantage Gold, but since they don't do the double zeros, you'd have to use a 10. You'd have to modify the sums, and you'd have to I don't know. They'd have to find a workaround for that. So getting back to all sums. Nope, not that all sums. Nope, not that all sums. This all sums. This is where we have here 36. So the sum 13 is going to come in. The sum list mirror all sums. There's another all sums. So these are all your combinations with the sum 13 right here. You can pick which you like from here. You can go back in history and see which ones are hitting. I would go for all the ones with the 7 in the middle position, and then you use the big dish to narrow things down. I don't have any narrowing things down, but I like the 4 here. It's a flag. The 2 is sidereal. The 8 just hit. so it could repeat, especially since the first position repeating is in a flag right here. Third position is repeating, so this 3 can repeat again. So you could easily have this 3 come in on the upstroke, right? Because if you see the flag is stretching out here. If the flag stretches out and hits at 8 or 9, I would look for it to snap back with a hot skip. And that would give you the 3, the 7, and the 3. And then you also have the 3, the 7, and the 4. But basically, I would say the 7 in the middle is very hot, or very possible. The 7 over here, you can see it's skip 13. So you had 38, you had your hot skip, and now it's cascading out. 2 skip periods. 13 is a Fibonacci number, so that's pretty good. But I don't like to chase the cold ones, but that would be something in its favor to play. Let me fix this formatting over here. And then, so we're looking at the 7 to start moving up on the TFR, especially if this 7 in the middle starts to hit in a flag formation. If this gets really hot, the 7 will move up on the TFR. The 7 over here, 2 cold periods, reverse. It's coming in backdoor here. So here's a backdoor, here's a backdoor, here's a backdoor, here's a backdoor. So what happens, here's a backdoor. Here's a backdoor that was just a fake. I would consider this a technical correction. This was a backdoor that came in as a hot streak. This was a backdoor hot streak. This came in front door here. This is backdoor, very small streak. Now we're in a backdoor position. So as an adjacent, it's good. I don't like the backdoor because they're one of the trickiest patterns to catch. A lot of people go for those. Historically, they were just bad for me, so I ignore them and I wait for it to turn flag. Like here, so 3. You have the back door, and then you would look symmetry, right? This first one you could bet based on, well, you could do based on here 6 cold periods. Certainly, it would be good to start looking. As for 2 cold periods, I don't think it's cold enough, but we shall see. So I guess that's about it. Questions, comments? If you like that chart, I'm going to post it on my website eventually. A lot of things going on, so we'll see. So anyway, I hope this helps. Watch out for those sums. Again, the sums on the radar are sum 8, combinations with 7, mirror, sum 13 over here, 14, flag formation, 15, flag formation, 22, symmetry, 6, 6. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sums. I'm going to narrow it down here. Other ones that could be tricky. See the 20, this 16 and 18 pass sidereal. So I tend to drop it. And the only way I would look for it is if I looked at the bar chart. And I have to get all those organized, and that needs to be done. So anyway, thanks for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, and happy number hunting, everybody.